welcome to the Speak English with a British
Hello,
accent
lovely
podcast
British English
and
and
the first
accent
episode
learners.
in
Welcome
April
to this week's
which
show.
is actually
On
my
this
birthday
episode,
month.
we're
And a
learning
shout
some
out to
British
all you other
slang areas out there.
intensifiers.
Comparative
So on this
idioms
week's show,
and how
let's
to
talk
pronounce
about
the
visiting
square
the garden
diphthong.
centre. Section 1.
Some phrasal verbs you might hear around this Easter period.
British slang intensifiers.
And what is
super
softened
proper
swearing?
dead?
And
Let's
why
find
everything
out.
is well good.
Section 1.
So in this section we're
A trip to the garden centre. Very British. If you ever visit the UK, there's a place you'll almost certainly end up at some point. The garden centre. Now, in theory, you go there to buy plants, but many people just go for the on-site cafe. But lots of British people love their gardens, and at Easter time, these places are heaving with gardeners looking to purchase more blooms for their borders. So let's practice some very typical garden centre conversations so you're ready. Picture the scene. You're looking for a particular plant. Excuse me, do you have any lavender plants? Yes, they're just over there, next to the herb section. Oh, lovely, thank you. Are they easy to look after? Very easy. They like lots of sun and well-drained soil. Perfect. I'll take 2. At the till. Did you find everything you were looking for? Yes, thank you. Just these plants. That'll be £8.50, please. Here you go. Would you like a bag? No, thanks. I'll carry them. In this dialogue, you're looking for plants for shade. Oh, hello. I wonder if you could help me. I'm looking for plants that do well in shade. Of course. Is the area full shade, or does it get a bit of sun during the day? It's mostly shade. The garden backs onto some tall trees, so it doesn't get much sunlight. Right. In that case, you might like hostas, ferns, or heucheras. They're all very good in shady spots. Oh, I've heard of hostas. Aren't they the ones with the large leaves? That's right. They're very popular, though you may need to watch out for slugs. Oh, yes, we do get quite a few slugs in the garden. You could also try shade-loving perennials like astilbes or foxgloves. They add a bit of height and colour. Oh, that sounds lovely. Would these work in a cottage garden style? Oh, absolutely. Foxgloves are perfect for that. They're very traditional in British gardens. Great, I might take a few of those, and perhaps a couple of ferns as well. No problem at all. Would you like me to show you where they are? Oh, yes, please, that would be very helpful. OK, let's focus in on some pronunciation. So we started off looking for lavender. So it's lavender. Notice the soft ending, duh. It's very light. Then we heard herb. Now in British English we pronounce the h at the beginning. It's not herb, it's herb. Water was next. Water. It's not water. 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 Plants. This has the long R sound in it. Plants. And then we heard during. During. Some learners say during. But in RP, we add in a W sound to it, so it's during, during. Dure like pure. Hostas was next, hostas. So it's a short O, like in hot, hostas. And then we heard slugs, slugs. So it's the sound that you hear in sun, cup, luck. Slugs. Perennials also came up. Perennials. So we put the stress on the second syllable here. Perennials. And then we heard foxglove. Foxglove. It's 2 clear parts. Fox, glove. So a few definitions to help you. So we had garden centre, which is a large shop where you buy plants, compost, tools, and usually end up having tea and cake. Bedding plants is a phrase you might come across, which are small seasonal flowers planted together in beds or pots for colourful displays. So, for example, petunias, begonias, pansies. Shrub. This is a medium-sized woody plant that stays in the garden all year. Bulbs. These are underground plant bulbs that grow into flowers later in the year. So, for example, tulips, daffodils, crocus. Seeds. These are tiny plant starters you grow yourself. It's often sold in packets. And that word again, perennials. These are plants that come back every year. Ornamental grasses. These are decorative grasses grown for their shape and their movement in the garden. Cottage garden. Now this is a very British garden style. Lots of colourful flowers growing together in a slightly more relaxed, natural way. And finally, there's the till, and this is the place where you pay in a shop. Now, if you'd like step-by-step guidance on exactly how to position your tongue, lips and mouth for British RP sounds, that's exactly what I teach inside Course 1 of my British Accent Bundle. That's right, there's more than one course. You can explore it at learningbritishaccent.com/bundle. It includes videos, audios and exercises to help you sound clearer, calmer and more naturally British. Section 2. Except, besides, apart from. What's the difference? English has a few small words that can quietly cause a surprising amount of confusion. Today's trio is except, besides, apart from. They can sometimes mean similar things, but not always. So let's untangle them. Except, meaning not including something. This is the most straightforward one. It removes something from a group. So, for example, everyone came to the meeting except James. I like all vegetables except Brussels sprouts. The shop is open every day except Sunday. So here, and that one, Sunday is not included. So, except. The stress is on the second syllable. It's not except, except. The first vowel is the weak vowel sound, like in the beginning of it, except. Next we have besides. This means in addition to or also. So this one adds extra information rather than removing something. For example, I don't want another cup of tea, besides it's getting late. She speaks French and Spanish besides English. We have plenty of food, and besides, people are bringing dessert. So besides is as well as or in addition to. So let's have a listen to that pronunciation again. Besides. Again, the stress falls on that second syllable. The first vowel, again, is unstressed. So in fast speech, it often reduces or almost disappears. Besides. Number 3 is apart from. Now this one is interesting because in British English it can mean two different things depending on context. So meaning one is except for or excluding. Apart from the rain, it was a lovely day. Everyone understood the instructions apart from Tom. So here it behaves like except. Now meaning two is in addition to. So, apart from English, she speaks Italian and German. Apart from the garden, the house also has a large conservatory. So here it behaves like besides. So British speakers rely on context to understand the meaning. So apart from, let's have a look at that pronunciation. Apart from. In natural speech, the first syllable again is very weak. Apart from. And from usually becomes weak too. So in fast speech, it might sound apart from. Apart from. Connected speech is one of the key things that make RP British pronunciation sound natural rather than robotic. And it's exactly the kind of detail you'll find inside my British Accent bundle. You can explore it at learningbritishaccent.com/bundle. Section 3. 8 phrasal verbs you'll hear at Easter, especially if chocolate is involved. If you spend Easter in Britain, you'll notice 2 things very quickly. 1, there is a lot of chocolate. 2, we use a lot of phrasal verbs while eating it. So here's a few you're very likely to hear around Easter. And yes, they're all extremely useful in everyday English too. Number 1, hunt for. Hunt for, meaning to search carefully for something. Very appropriate during an Easter egg hunt. For example, the children are hunting for Easter eggs in the garden. Now, in connected speech, for becomes weak. So hunt for can sound like hunt for. The hunting for Easter eggs. Number 2, hand out. Hand out, meaning to give things to a group of people. For example, the teacher handed out chocolate eggs. Now in fast speech, handed out links together. Handed out. Handed out. So you can hear that final d in handed move over to join the out, so it's doubt. Handed out. Number 3 is dress up. Dress up, meaning wear special or costume clothing. For example, the children dressed up as bunnies. So in dress up, the s connects directly to the sound, dress up. So it sounds like a single word, dress up. Number 4, tuck into. Tuck into, very British, meaning start eating enthusiastically. For example, everyone tucked into the Easter lunch. So into becomes quite weak. Tuck into, tuck into, tuck into. Number 5, come out, meaning appear or become visible. For example, the spring flowers are coming out. Now that M sound in come connects directly to the vowel of out. Come out, come out. Can you hear it? Come out. Number 6, get together. Get together, meaning meet socially. For example, our family gets together at Easter. Get together. So we've got that weak ending at the end of together. Get together. It's a schwa sound. Get together. Number 7, bring along. Bring along. Bring along, meaning to take something with you. For example, she brought along some hot cross buns. Now in natural speak, bring along often links. So bring along. You'll hear that schwa in the middle. Bring along. And number 8, run out of. Run out of, meaning to have nothing left. For example, we've run out of chocolate eggs. So out of can become very weak, so it sounds like run out of. We've run out of chocolate. We've run out of chocolate. A true Easter tragedy. So say this sentence out loud using natural connected speech. We got together at Easter and quickly ran out of chocolate eggs. Okay, again. We got together at Easter and quickly ran out of chocolate eggs. Your turn. Focus on the weak forms. Get together, out of. We got together at Easter and quickly ran out of chocolate eggs. So if you'd like to master these different sounds that are used in a British RP accent, I teach them step by step in my British accent bundle. It shows you exactly how your mouth, tongue and lips should move to produce the sounds clearly. Go to learningbritishaccent.com/bundle and join. Section 4. Softened swearing. How Brits swear without actually swearing. So following on from a previous section we did about the versatility of the word fuck, let's talk about a uniquely British talent, swearing without swearing. Because sometimes you want the emotion, you want the rhythm, but you absolutely do not want to offend anyone. So Britain has invented a whole category of language for this exact purpose. Softened swearing, polite outrage, gentle frustration, socially acceptable despair. So let's get into it. So what is softened swearing? Softened swearing replaces a strong swear word with something safer, often old-fashioned and perhaps slightly ridiculous, but crucially, it keeps the stress pattern and intonation of the original swear, so it still feels satisfying. So the classics you'll hear everywhere. Blooming or blinking. So we could have, it's bloomin' freezing. That was a blinking nightmare. It means very. The stress falls on the first syllable. Blooming cold, blinking mess. It's still emotional, but it's much safer at work. And you could use flipping, flaming, ruddy. It's flipping expensive. That train was ruddy late again. These sound mild, but carry real frustration, especially when said slowly. Flipping expensive. Now, instead of using the word shit, you might want to replace it with stuff, thing or mess. So I've got loads of stuff to do. The whole thing's a bit of a mess. Context does the heavy lifting here. Everyone knows what you mean. You're just being very civilised about it. So softened exclamations are particularly British, and they usually replace things like for fuck's sake or what the hell. So you might say, oh for goodness sake. Oh for heaven's sake. What on earth? Oh my word. Now these are usually said with a very long sigh, not sharp anger. Oh, for goodness sake. It's the disappointment here that is doing the work. So softened swearing is the UK's emotional safety valve. You still get to complain, sigh, judge the situation quietly, but you remain polite, employable, welcome at dinner, which, frankly, is the dream. And here we are again at the end of yet another episode. Join the bundle on the website learningbritishaccent.com/bundle. And if you enjoy the podcast, please do share it, like it, subscribe, etc. It really helps. I really appreciate the support that allows me to keep this podcast going. You know, we're not all funded by big media organisations like the BBC. And I do rely on my amazing subscribers and listeners and their donations to fund each episode. But please have a lovely Easter if you celebrate, and I'll see you back here next week. Bye for now.